Hey everyone, my name is Pan. I'm one of the co-founders of Conduit, and I'm here to show you how to build an inbound voice agent to qualify leads and hand them off to your sales team. All right, I'm going to show you how to build your inbound agent in Conduit. So I'm in the agent hub here, and I'm going to head over to voice agents. I have all my inbound phone numbers listed out here, and I have the call qualification voice agent live. This agent hub across both chat and voice are configurations for inbound agents. So both these chat and voice agents are all related to inbound. Everything related to outbound is inside workflows. But since we're focused on the inbound lead qualification, let's just focus on the agent hub here. So if I go to agent, I can customize its name, pick the voice, choose whether I support multilingual, some background ambient sound if I want, the welcome message and configuration of it, and the big instruction prompt. We are a single prompt inbound voice agent. However, you can call tools, you can access the knowledge base from this single prompt. However, we have confined the inbound agent to be configured within a prompt, as most use cases are actually supported with a single prompt agent. So let me show you how we've customized this. We have some recommended guidelines for styling, and this is something that exists in our documentation, and if you're unsure where to find them, please reach out. What we have here is a simple assertion of the role of the AI agent, some style guidelines, and then the qualification steps, right? And for this specific example, I'm going to use the qualification of company size. All right, so essentially the qualification that I'm trying to do here is essentially ask for the company size. If it's greater than 20, we immediately transfer them to a live agent if they'd like. If it's less than 20, ask for the revenue. If the revenue is greater than $1 million a year, transfer them to a live agent. If the revenue is less, tell them we cannot book them a meeting, but we'll send them a link to sign up to self-serve. So this is a very basic sequence of qualification steps. There are obviously many more cases that can happen here and many trees to go down, but with the model that we use and the current state of voice agents, this singular prompt is very easily understandable by the AI and the large language model. And so we're able to really pack in a bunch of information in just this qualification step. One thing to note is that us saying transfer them to a live agent, this is a baked-in tool for the voice agent. So it has the ability to transfer, and it has the tool to make that transfer. If we were doing something, for example, related to having to make an API call, what we can do is we can explicitly call the tool name. You can actually access it after the / command. If you have that custom tool, we don't have it set up, but you can reference tools in that way, and that's how you provide tool access to your voice AI agent. So let me just enable escalation here, and let me just escalate to a fixed number. We can enable warm transfer. So warm transfers right now are public, meaning during the transfer, as the AI agent is giving this brief about the name of the customer and the answers to the questions, everybody in the call can hear it, including the prospect or the customer. In the future, we're soon adding the ability to have private transfers, meaning the AI agent will go and ring the transfer target. So we're going to save here the agent, and since voice AI is enabled, as soon as we call this agent will pick up and perform lead qualification. So after the lead qualification call, you might want to take some additional action like sending a message or syncing data back through a webhook. You can do that all inside of workflows. I've built this basic inbound lead qualification workflow that has a call completed trigger. The inbox type that I've selected is unmapped. And unmapped contacts are simply contacts that we don't recognize to be any of these other inbox types. It essentially means it's a contact that is not in Conduit CRM. I've added additional filters like the call direction being incoming, with the preference of taking AI calls, and then ensuring that the call was not missed. Then we have an extract AI info node, which essentially runs a prompt, takes in dynamic data from the trigger, which is the call transcript, takes in the first name, has the call transcript, and is trying to extract the first name, last name, company size, and annual revenue. And then in these extracted variables, I'm clearly defining this in a schema, marking 3 things as required and then annual revenue as not required, as that potentially is not needed. And then here I will branch on if company size greater than 20, send a nice email. So one thing that we're missing here is whenever there is this call completed node and it is unmapped, what that would mean is that we don't have information about this contact. We actually don't have the ability to send them an email. What we can do is we can also add an additional instruction in our AI agent to extract the email. And so we would be using essentially this extract email field. We'll add another field to extract. We're going to do a find contact, or actually we can create or update contact. And this contact will be, let's say, leads. We'll call it, give it a first name of the extracted info, last name of the extracted info as well. The transcript would be the incoming number, the channel for SMS would be incoming number, and then we would have extracted info as email. And then finally, this email message will use that created contact to send the email. And then if not, we can just close out with a text. And then we're going to select the created contact. We'll send them a blue text. Actually, we could also branch additionally. So, hi, we can demo you. Let's say it's greater than 1 million. And if not, we'll send them a message over email again. All right. So this is a very basic workflow that allows us to send some additional messages based on deterministic values and logic. Of course, the values that are extracted are not necessarily deterministic because it's using AI. However, we have guardrails to ensure that if it's not the same type, obviously we will not proceed with the workflow. Additionally, if you would want to do some additional syncing and add this capability to the workflow, what you can do is you can add a send a webhook node and send a post to update some information back to your CRM, and you can have all of these nodes end up here so that if anything for a reason changes in the webhook, nothing will fail. And so you can actually just type out the payload like this. Let's just say ARR. And then if you just start typing, you'll get the annual revenue in JSON or form data. And that's it. Inbound lead qualification agents are very easy to set up and deploy, but actually making them production ready and connecting it to all of your systems requires a little bit more thinking. So we've built Conduit really around that ethos of allowing you to build production-ready conversational agents. A ton of use cases and different ways you can customize the agent, and we'd love to hear the different use cases you come up with and any feedback you have for us. Thanks, and see you next time.